y'all, this is Billy from Perma Pastures Farm. A little bit different of a video today. Look, I've been seeing a lot of videos out there, and I don't get to watch YouTube as much as I'd like, but I'm seeing a bunch of homesteaders going into places like dollar stores and things like that, grocery stores, and they're showing how little's on the shelf. Okay, now you might be thinking, well, cool, I'll just go out and raise my own birds and do stuff like that, and that's a wonderful idea. But let me just point this out to you, that when you do that sort of thing, when you're paying for feed and getting all the regular, I got news for you, you're not saving any money. You do, however, have the understanding and the joy of knowing that you did it and you produced those eggs, or you might have produced those meat birds. But I want to submit to you another option. In fact, the very option that William often says could feed the entire world if more people adopted it. Now, we've done an entire playlist on this, and it's right up there. Folks, it's the chicken tractor on steroids. Now, at first glance, you're thinking, if you're new to this, what on earth could that possibly mean? Well, what it means, essentially, is that within this poultry netting, within this cage, within those compost piles, you're providing everything these birds need. You're providing their carbs, and I'm going to demonstrate that here in a minute. You're providing their protein in the form of those compost piles you see behind me. They scratch through it. They do what chickens do, and they get the needed protein in the form of biota or microorganisms out of there. And in fact, you'll notice that these birds are hardworking. They produce more eggs. We've raised meat birds in this system. These are dual purpose birds that we hatched, and all of them work astonishingly well, better than any other food on demand system in this system. So, folks, I'm going to implore a lot of you out there, if you haven't already, tell everybody you know. It's one thing to go in these stores and say, okay, well, these are supply streams where we need our food. Well, to a certain extent, that might be the case. But I'm telling you, folks, we don't spend anything at this point to not only feed these birds, but we're producing 1.5 cubic yards of compost, finished compost, per week. Like I said, go back, watch that playlist to see how we do it. I don't know that there's anybody on this planet that's tested this system more than we have, but it can literally change the world. Now, if you don't have the physical capabilities of being able to turn these piles, which, by the way, you only do once a week, get help. Maybe forward up with somebody else. Because within this system, you can produce all the meat you need, all the eggs you need, and produce all the compost you need to put around your vegetable gardens, or as we're doing right now, around our trees. Now, folks, I'd be remiss if I failed to mention that this system not only feeds these birds in the best way imaginable, better than any store-bought food could ever do, but it also feeds us. It feeds this soil, because at the end of the day, if you're not building soil, you're probably not going to be productive in the long term. It's also feeding our trees, ultimately feeding our dogs, because they eat all the eggs that come out of here primarily. Folks, there is no better system on this planet. Now, I'm not saying this to aggrandize ourselves or anything like that. We've been preaching this chicken tractor on steroids system, which, by the way, was invented by the genius Jeff Lawton. We just adapted it, but the intellectual property is definitely his. I want to make sure I make that clear. And in fact, a lot of what we do is inspired by that good man. William was trained by that man. So essentially, let me just kind of demonstrate how easy this can be. Now, it does take a little bit of growing pains, and that's what this playlist is all about. So what we have in here is a base of carbon. I'm just going to show you the daily routine. We changed, this compost cage is largely empty right now because we changed everything. We flipped all the compost piles. The birds are scratching it out. We just kind of halfway reassemble them at the end of the day. Let me show you how all this kind of brings everything into... Watch out, birdie. Come on. I know you're hungry. You're not that hungry because they've already been going through these piles. Right here in this bucket is the poop from the bull. You know, you got no shortage of bull poop these days. Ha ha. Anyway, we'll go ahead and put that down. And it's got a little bit of bedding in there. Now, this is more of the same, but it's also combined with those. I'm going to put on these gloves right now because, you know, it's got pig poop in there. Now, what we do is that all of the soiled or spent hay or straw that we have in there with the bull where he sleeps for the night, naturally it's going to get soiled. Well, it graduates over to the pigs. So this is why, y'all, I do not mind at all shoveling the stall, because I know where it's going to go. It's going to make me the best soil on the planet. So we got chicken poop, bull poop. Now we're going to add some pig poop. You guys are going to love this. And then because I'm on an incline, I'm going to kind of cheat it uphill. Okay, that's it right there. And then here's what you're naturally saying, well, what do they eat? Well, they're getting, like I said, all of their protein they get out of that compost pile. What they get out of this bucket right here, we got a little bit of rice, we got some bell peppers, we got tons of comfrey all up and down this driveway that they get. Now within this system, there's like right now there's 25. We're missing a couple, but that's another video altogether. But what we're doing is taking the waste of other people and ourselves. Right here is where it is, y'all. So we actually take some comfrey over here, we throw that in there. But like I said, there's no shortage of restaurants out there. And I've talked about it on Patreon about where you can go to get some of those things. Don't know that I want to put it in the open forum like this, but there's food out there. Some of you lived ultra rurally. And believe it or not, we did too in a place in Texas, and we were still able to find out all these places we could go, because at the end of the day, I probably do need to go to town once a week. So I make that time when I do that running. I hit all these places, make agreements with them, and I'll show you methods and techniques on Patreon about how to do that. But in addition to these scraps, y'all, it can be stuff that you grow. In fact, let's go harvest some right now. Now, we've talked about it numerous times. I'm gonna go up here. Y'all, this is comfrey. And anybody that's ever watched us knows that we use it for just about everything. I'm just gonna go out here. I'm not gonna take it all. I'm just gonna harvest a little bit. And let me get a little bit off of this one. Like I said, we don't take it all at once. Don't make that mistake. So we'll take the comfrey, and believe me, every animal on the farm loves to eat comfrey. Your cows, your chickens, your pigs, all those, everything out there loves to eat this comfrey. Also, it's a bioaccumulator. We sell it at our website if you should require some. Also with our deer repellent bone sauce. But anyway, you can see them in here. They're going to work on this comfrey. They're completely going to town. No matter what time of day, I will put it in there and they will go nuts on it, because it is a bioaccumulator. We've seen, in fact, as we've been giving them comfrey, we've noticed the condition, especially of that rooster right there, improve unbelievably. I mean, this stuff bioaccumulates all those nutrients down in the soil, brings it up, puts it in the leaves, we give it to them, and essentially that's their mineral. It's also their feed. It's like their salad course. But the pièce de résistance, if I can find it, yeah, are these food scraps. And it doesn't take that many, y'all. I'm taking somebody else's waste stream. So I'm gonna put that in there too, probably get some on a few of them. Now, in the system, they derive all of their carbs out of here. Maybe a tiny bit of protein, but by and large, they get all their carbs out of here. They're gonna poop on this. And every single day for a week, we're gonna repeat that process you just saw. Now, it can be leaves out of the woods, which is perfectly fine. You just want a carbon source. It can be straw, just make sure you know where that straw came from. It can be spent hay, it can be rotten hay, it can be any number of things. This is what we do every single day. And then at the end of the week, we will turn every one of these compost piles. In 30 days, can you dig it? 30 days, we will have finished compost. Don't believe me? Look at all the examples we provided in that playlist. Folks, I'm asking you, I'm coming to you right now asking, in these times where everybody's seeing these bare store shelves, you could adapt this. If you already got a set of chickens, you can easily adapt this. They'll have something. It's like going from eating a regular diet to keto. The kind of, the discomfort you go through by making that transition. The chickens kind of go through the same thing. But once they're on it, you're going to find out they produce way more, well, not way more eggs. I'd say maybe 10% more eggs. You're going to find out that you can raise them. You can extract them out when you want meat. These are dual purpose birds. You can leave them in there as layers. There is not another system that I'm aware of. In fact, if anybody knows one, let me know. There is not another system on this planet that does more. If there is one, I don't know where it is. So folks, like I said, tell everybody you know. Take this video. I'm not looking to make ourselves more popular. What I'm trying to do is at these times in our United States of America, I'd dare say the world, where food is becoming harder and harder to come by and more expensive, these are the ways that you can mitigate your costs. We raise our eggs for free. We raise our meat birds for free. We don't have any cost in this. This is why I'm asking everybody, tell everybody you know, let them know what we're doing here, and replicate it. And if you find ways to improve it, by all means, let us know. Now, if you have any questions, leave them down below. Also, if you would, folks, respond to other people in this thread. If there's a solution you have to their problem, I don't know everything, not even close. But if you have a solution that might help somebody else in here, please respond to them. Leave a comment, maybe respond to someone else in there, okay? Want to thank Full Spectrum Survival for offering that suggestion. Thank you very much. Anyway, there you are, y'all. They're off and running. Require very little effort during the week. 1 day a week. You're going to have to put foot to butt and get it done. But it's not that difficult. All right, y'all. Hope this helps. Hope this video is a blessing to you. Till next time, this is Billy from Perma Pastures Farm, where permaculture is my passion. We'll see y'all next time.